Hello, everybody, and welcome to Benvenue's Corner. I'm Benvenu, if you didn't know. You might be wondering what in the world I'm doing here and why my video quality looks so bad. Well, I will get to the video quality thing first because that's easiest to explain. I don't have a very great computer, and this is the best I can do for now until I can rectify that problem. Hopefully, sometime soon this year. This computer has served me well, but it's showing its age, obviously. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. This is what it is for now. It's not great video quality, I understand that, but the quality was not really what this is about. It's about the audio quality and me being able to call a football game, and that's why I'm here. I've gone through a little journey in my life. I want to give you a little bit of background about myself, tell you what this channel's about, and give you just a little bit of an idea of what's going on, and then I will add more videos later that get more like peeling onion layers of an onion, uh, roster, players, universe, that kind of thing. What's going on here? So I am a sports writer and editor. I have been for a while for a number of different publications and entities, both paper, print, and online media. I am an English major, and it wasn't my first choice. I have always been interested in playing sports and watching sports, and I knew at a certain point, right around high school, college level, that my ability to play sports, baseball and football, were not going to be something I could do for a career. So I thought, what am I good at? And what do I have a passion for? And how can I combine those things into a job that I won't hate for the rest of my life? So initially, I thought, hey, sports broadcasting might be fun, or having a talk radio show about sports might be nice. And the college I was going to had a a mentorship program that you could be part of, where you could go to and speak to somebody in the industry who's been there, done that, give you pointers, that kind of thing. And I met the president of the local college radio station, and he kind of dissuaded me from pursuing the broadcasting angle. He said it's the job everybody wants. You have to basically be something super special to get that kind of a job. You have to know the right people and that sort of thing, and made it sound like it was something that only a lunatic would go and try. That it was impossible. There was no way in the world that you could do it. And he persuaded me to go towards production or marketing. And he was really focusing on marketing, sales, revenue. That's where you want to be. No, that's not where I want to be. I've had sales jobs before. I can do well in them. I just don't like them. It's not me. It's not my personality. I just don't like that atmosphere. It's not me. I'd hate my life if I did that for the rest of my life. So if I couldn't have a talk show or a radio show or whatever, I figured, okay, well, writing, journalism might be the way to go. So that's how I got into the sports writing and editing. I have a fairly strong grasp of the English language, at least in the written form, maybe not in the speaking form, as you are witness to now. And that's the point of this video and channel, is to find out how well could I do if I pursue the dream that I didn't pursue back then, that I should have, or at least I think I should have. So I'm basically using YouTube to fulfill a what if scenario. What if I hadn't let that person talk me out of what I thought I really wanted to do? So I'd never had the opportunity to do it until now. It may not be a realistic scenario. It might be a vicarious type of thing, but it is a way to experience it and to check off that mark on the what if. Hey, what if? That is one of the things I'm kicking myself for not doing. My suggestion to other people in a similar position that I was in back then: if you have something that you have your mindset on, that you really are passionate about, Don't let anybody try to talk you out of doing it. At least try it, knowing that hey, you might fail and that's okay. At least you tried and you gave it your best shot, and you never have to go back, look back and say, what if I did do that? Would things be different? Would things be better? I don't know because I didn't take that route, and now I'm trying right now with YouTube. And how did I get here? Well, I am an avid video gamer. I have been, especially sports titles. Madden has been one of my favorite games, at least in older versions. Maybe Head Coach '09 was more of what really immersed me in the game, just because of how much depth is actually in there. If you all know of the Fix Madden franchise video, he lists so many things. I think the list is 90 to 100 items long, and I'd have to say at least 80% of what they are asking for was already in Head Coach '09. So I suggest that you look for some YouTube channels on Head Coach '09 if you're not familiar with the game yourself, and you can see just how much immersion there is in that game. The trade-off is that it is a not very forgiving game. If you fail, it's tough to succeed, and if you fail, the game punishes you, and you may not have a job as head coach anymore, and you may not get hired by anybody else, and thus your career is over, and you got to start all over again. But just the amount of detail they put into that game is crazy. It's crazy to think that back in 2009 we had all that, and here it is 2021 now, and we have lost so much content. So speaking of content, uh, there's a couple of YouTube channels that I found with Madden content and other sports, but specifically Madden with MrHurricane. And I saw what he was doing. He seemed to be having a blast. He's got a bunch of people following him, and they all seem to really love his content. And I really enjoyed it. He brings energy to it. He makes you care about the players, which is the detachment we've had from Madden in the recent years. Is that you just don't care about your guys as much because there's not as much to immerse you in the universe anymore. Well, along those lines, I also found another YouTube channel and website for the RFL, which stands for the Relocation Football League. If you've noticed up at the top of my screen, you're going to see some logos here for teams that may not look familiar to you because they're not the actual NFL logos. They are relocation football team logos. So the RFL has taken all of the teams in the NFL and has relocated them. You can't do that in a normal version of Madden. They only give you about 18 different places to relocate to, and that's it. So with some clever manipulation of files and things like that, I'm not exactly sure how they did it. They explained it on their website. They have managed to do all 32 teams. They have two different uh, conferences, just like the AFC and NFC in the NFL, and they run their season, and then they have a bowl game, the Relocation Bowl, at the end of the year between the two best teams from each conference. And it's a really neat universe. You can become a head coach yourself in that universe or a player. You can go to their website and find out how to do that. There are teams available for coaches. You could fill out applications for players now as well. They are getting ready to start their season 6, and they are in preseason week 1 right now. So there is time to get in, get familiar with your team, maybe get some free agents, bolster the roster, adjust everything out, and get yourself set up. And they do slow simulation CPU versus CPU games, which is how I like to play too. You don't user your team, you just put your players on the field, watch the game, and what happens happens, and you're at the mercy of the Madden AI. So there is the reasons why I got here. I figured, hey, that's kind of fun. I would like to give it a shot. I knew my computer would be limited, but I didn't even know if it would work. So this is a work in progress, a proof of concept sort of deal. And I thought maybe for the RFL, maybe I could do some game calling for them if I got some practice here and tried it out and see what happens. So that's really all I'm going to do here. I'm not going to get into too much more detail on the team right now. I'm going to save that for later. another video, I'll break down the roster, what kind of talent I have, what I was dealing with when I inherited this team, and why I'm in 2034. So that is going to be in the next video. I appreciate you joining me for this one. I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to say here. If you if you like the video, please give me a like. If you'd like to subscribe and find out when my next videos are going to be, I'm going to try to upload as often as I can. It's not going to promise you groundbreaking content. I hope it is, but I know the video looks bad. Can't be helped. But I'm going to end the video now. I'm going to say that I hope you are having a good day and that you're happy and healthy. And I will see you next time. Appreciate you stopping by and checking me out. Please take care.